Peace, y'all. Just a little quick video. Sun just kind of went down past the trees. I'm not exactly sure what time it is. It's Monday, November 13. I'm trying to get the phone out of my pocket with these gloves on. It is, I'm going to guess it's about 5:04. I'm getting pretty good at this. Yeah, working on the yard today. As you see, things are just rolling along. Got a bunch more stuff up there. The wife getting her stuff packed up in there. Swimming pool, summertime stuff. Nothing really more from Roseville. I really want to get the wiring in place. Boxes, switches, lights, and all that stuff before we start moving more stuff in here. Really not prepared until we get the wiring done. So went up and got some trimmer string and strung up the old Echo. Been just kicking butt and taking names. This is the best $200 I ever spent, $250, whatever it was. That thing is, you wait till you see what it's cutting down out there. This here, I think we paid $40 for this thing, $39.99 at Harbor Freight, right out of the box. Man, when the blade is sharp, then the thing cuts. I mean, I've been cutting with it all day, and man, if you get one day's worth of work out of it for $40, it was a good gig. But we are actually clearing some ground out here, folks. The pile down another half or third, maybe. Yeah, it's I'm doing all I can, cut it all up, all the big stuff, trying to rake the leaves up out of the way that fell out of the tree that got into the pile, cutting it into burnable pieces. Obviously we got some junk, wood, plywood, 4x4s, 2x4, stuff like that. That'll help this stuff stay hot when it's burning, and we'll burn it all up. This, folks, you see it, right? I mean, you saw it, what it was. It was 8 foot high, just like this. The weed whacker is cutting this stuff down. Probably not this. This looks like a tree. Yeah, that's a tree. This here, yeah, the weed, see, it comes right out of the ground. The weed whacker cuts that stuff right down. Right down. It's almost like bamboo. It's almost like hollow, right? So the weed whacker is taking this stuff right down to Chinatown. I started blazing through here and ran out of string, which was last week. Now that we know this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, going to be beautiful. It was nice today. I only got a winter hat on because when I get out here in the shade, it was a little chilly, and I just never took it off. I've been cutting and hauling it over, piling it up best I can. I took a good chunk out of that. We'll continue on that as we're burning it the next couple of days. I found, you're not going to believe it, what I found out here. See this piece of plastic here? There ought to be a piece of light bulb, right? A piece of LED light bulb laying here. What's that from, Robert? Well, I'm going to tell you. Remember that wire fencing, chicken fencing stuff was in here, right? Well, he had a garden. He's got, these are what do you call these things, folks? Any of you farmers out there know what these specific poles are called? You see snow fencing attached to it in the winter in places where they don't want snow drifting across your roads and stuff, what have you. There's obviously one there. There's a wood pile here. That is cut wood for like having a bonfire, and you couldn't even see it back here, man. You couldn't see it with all this stuff being green and grown over. There's some kind of I don't know if it's a vine of some kind. It looks like it's gotten in here, but eventually, man, I'd like to take all this stuff right out. This tree, right? That tree. That's what my little chainsaw. I'll cut that stuff right down. I want to clear all this stuff out so I can see this this little creek. This little, what they call a drain. It's on our property. Our property actually goes to the other side of it. You can see where the tree farm guy, you can see past that brush, maybe not with this camera, but you can see there's no trees out there. That just past there that's ours. I'm never going to do anything over there. But I told Sherry, wouldn't it be nice to just get this stuff at least trimmed, cut back and trimmed back? And maybe, I don't know, man, build us some crazy little walk bridge over this thing where it's narrow or something. I don't know. Look at this. This is a mess. I don't know what kind of, folks, let me know in a description here, what kind of mess is this? Is this just a weed that's gone crazy? Or is this is that a vine of some kind? Because it's just gnarly. It looks like the vine we had in our oak tree back in the house we had on Holly in Clinton Township. We're gonna cut this one down too. We're gonna clear as much of this stuff out of here as we can. All of this will be gone. Look at this. I mean, this was all this was under. It was under the brush. You could see the line, right? Not just whacked it down, just went crazy with the weed whacker. You get into these I don't know what these are, some kind of, it's got thorns on it, so it's some kind of flowering plant, or it's got berries on it or something. That kind of gets wound up around the cutter. So I really need like a hedge cutter. Look, there's more of that fencing right down in here. See, there's another wooden lath. There's the lath. And here's more of that fencing. See, this was, yeah, it's all intertwined in there. I did this the other day and went right on my can. Went for a ride. Yeah, it's all wound up in there. But he had a little fence around, and he had a garden out here. But you know, that was before he rented the place for 3 to 5 years, depending on who you talk to the folks that were living here that didn't take care of anything and let everything get overgrown. So we got a big job ahead of us. It's not all going to get done in a season. It could take a couple years before we get, you know, the yard and everything where we want it. Sherry's already, you know, asking questions, making noise about the pig pen over there. We'll if we don't do anything, we'll get over there with the chainsaw and cut all the big thick trees down. We'll clean up all the weeds like we did here, and obviously we're going to keep going. That tree's going to go. This whole cluster of apple tree is going to go. We'll keep the one apple tree and we'll trim it up. But those apples make a mess. You know, it's kind of nice when you're mowing the lawn. It smells like apple pie. But, you know, we didn't come out here to farm. We come out here to get away from the evil and the wicked people in the city, in the neighborhood, with their evil music and the way they go, excuse my French, tearing ass through the neighborhood and wop 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 wop. I mean, the way they gas and shift their car just to make as much noise as they possibly can. That's why we got out, and the Lord brought us out here for some reason. We still haven't figured it out yet, but we're going to clean the place up. I'm a city boy on the farm, and I like it to be clean to all four corners. So we've got a lot of cleaning up to do along the creek on that side. You know, maybe we'll try to get this cleaned up as best we can, remove as much trees and stuff as we can. You know, and then next year when it dies, we'll work on the other end. We'll just work our way right around this place, right? We got this bit of it here cleaned up and looking good. We went a bit further into the rough there. We need to get the clippers and clip some of the bigger branches that stick out when you're trying to cut the grass. But it would be nice to take the weed whacker out there and get it all just like this here. Get it like that all the way through. Just get all that light brush and stuff cleaned up and out of there. So next year when we cut the grass, you know, it'll just be a little easier to do. The new mower is fantastic. I just love it. Best dough we've ever spent. I mean, a lot of this, you can see where it's the big thick pieces is where I just ran it. I just went right over it with the mower. And that thing just, it's like a brush hog. It just munches that stuff right down. So there you go. That's what I've been doing today. No electrical coming. It doesn't seem anytime soon. Gonna have to get moving on that. We at least need a 220 line in there. We got enough 110 to hold us over, but we really need to get a 220 line in there so we can run a welder, because we do have work to do. So working the yard, working the shop, hauling the other half of the stuff back from Roseville yet. Obviously, we want to get that part of the move, the last bit, done before the snow comes. We don't want to be running the trailer around in the snow, in the salt and all that kind of stuff. So that's it. I'm pooped. I don't know if you can see it on my face, but I am pooped. That's a lot of work, a lot of bending over for a guy that doesn't like, whose back doesn't like to bend. Cutting isn't so bad, but picking all those little pieces up that every time you cut one, and stacking it all up, it can be a pain in the back, if you know what I'm saying. But we're gonna be out here burning this stuff up. Hopefully tomorrow. It was just too windy today. There's no wind now, but it was really, really windy today, and too windy to get it lit and start feeding it. So we'll get after it. We'll get her going. Tomorrow or the next day, we got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are going to be nice. I was going to go real quick. I was going to go out to Grattan. It's supposed to be like 64 or something out there on Thursday. I was going to go out there and look around for my camera. And the wife tells me last night when we got home, I was telling her, hey, I'm thinking about driving out to Grattan. I think it's just because it's going to be nice. And it's the racetrack. The solitude, walking around, even if I don't find it. I'd spend a whole day at the racetrack, man. It doesn't get any better than that, especially in mid-November. Being, a pretty decent, sunny, nice day, it would probably feel like 65. But the wife says, can't you just buy another one for the amount of money you're going to spend going out there and back? So I got on the internet on eBay last night. I paid $25 for this one and the Hero 3 Black that I lost. $25 a piece from the same seller. They're no longer on. They're not selling cameras anymore. I think they're refurbished. They're reworked. But $25, how can you go wrong? I've used these things for a couple of years now, taking videos. So, yeah, I could probably get the same camera for anywhere between $48 to $65. It's going to come with some extra stuff. That hurts. It hurts to burn that kind of dough. But so we'll wait. We'll wait until we need it. Right now, this one's working. I know it's got that spot on the lens. If you guys complain enough, I'll buy a new camera. All right. Peace out. Love you all. Hang in there. God bless. I'm praying for you. Pray for me. We are going to burn this place right to the ground tomorrow. Hang in there, y'all. It'll get better.